A very good evening to one and all. Gratitude in advance is the most powerful creative force in the universe. I happened to read these lines in a book which was given to me to read in my recent visit to Kerala. And it really struck me. In the last 1 year, we have seen a lot. The whole world was put to a standstill. What helped me to not break down and to look up to each day was the attitude of gratitude. When I used to feel completely lost and confused, I used to just think about the things that I'm blessed with. And that would give me the confidence to look up and face the day as it was. As a 7-year-old child, when my father walked into our home at 12:30 in the night, he was surprised to see me watching TV. He asked me what I was watching, and I looked at the screen, I looked at him, and I said, I will be Miss India one day. I was watching the coronation of Aishwarya Rai and Sushmita Sen. When my dad heard that, he just turned off the TV. He asked me to go to sleep and said that you're too late, you have to go to school tomorrow. He thought that I would sleep over it and forget about it. But little did he know that that dream would grow with me. Fast forward to 2006, and I got the opportunity to work with the men that had groomed the likes of Aishwarya Rai, Priyanka Chopra, Diana Hayden, Yukta Mukhi, Hemant Trivedi. He looked at me and he said that you should become Miss India. The day I heard that, I saw that 7-year-old me who had told my father that I will become Miss India one day. Since then, I realized that every time I dreamt of something and I worked towards it, I would achieve it. And that's what I want to tell you guys today, that dare to dream and dream with your eyes open. There is a picture outside this auditorium as you walk in of Bharat Ratna Shri APJ Abdul Kalam Sahab. And there's a wonderful quote of his where he says, dreams are not those that you see in your sleep. Dreams are those that do not let you sleep. His quote has been my anthem. And I want you all, young minds, to dream with your eyes open. When I was young, I was extremely active. I loved to play outdoors. And one of the evenings, a girl a little older than me called me a villager. I was a little stunned. Why would she call me a villager? The reason was because I could not communicate with her in proper English. When I heard that explanation from her, I just smiled and I said, yes, but I speak Malayalam at home, which is my mother tongue. I read and write in that language. I communicate with my friends in school in Hindi. And the other language that I am taught is Marathi. English is the last language that I use to communicate with people. So yes, I'm not as good as you. But think about it. You were born in a family where English is your first language. You go to a convent school where English is compulsory. So yes, your English is much better than mine. She didn't have an answer to that. As I grew, I was subjected to a lot of comments because I used to be very skinny. So I was called chicken legs because I had long legs. But then I took that in my stride because that became an advantage when I got into modeling. I was told that I should not smile the way I smile because my smile is too wide. I was also told that my laugh is too loud. But I didn't care, because I know that when I smile, I connect with people, and when I laugh from my heart. When I wanted to get into films, I've heard some really funny excuses. Right from, you're too tall. I'm only 5'9", by the way, I'm not 6'9". That I'm too tall, I am too skinny, that I need to put on weight, I don't look like a South Indian. And the most funny one I've heard is that you cannot be an actress because you're not a damsel in distress. That got me thinking, and it actually made me feel powerful. So the lesson I learned from all these incidences in my life is that the world will try to bend you, and they will try to break you, but they can only do that if you let them to. So don't feel let down by people's opinions. You are better than anyone else, and that is possible when you have the confidence from within. We all as students and as grown-up people, we all love the taste of success, right? Am I right or wrong? How many of us likes to fail? Anyone? No one. No one likes to fail, right? But failure happens. Life can never be a steady line. That can only happen when we are dead. Life will always be ups and downs. So failures are bound to happen. We have been taught of that word as something, as a sin. You can't fail in examinations, you can't fail in relationships, you can't fail in life. And there's so much of pressure built into us right from childhood. I felt the same. In fact, I felt like my world has come to an end the night of the coronation of Miss World. When my name was called out as first runners-up, I could not move for a few seconds because I had expected to win. I had worked hard. I was told by my contestants that they see me as Miss World. So when I was called as the first runners-up, I was devastated. That journey, 1 year from then, made me realize a lot of things. That in prosperity, people know you. In adversity, you know the real people. Suddenly, all my well-wishers had vanished, and I was left to fend for myself, thinking, has my world ended? And then I realized there are so many things that I can do other than this. And I started exploring. So failures are not the end of your world. Failure is a mere pit stop for you to refuel, rethink, and move towards your goals. There is an incident that happened on the night of the crowning. When my name was called out as first runners-up, I looked into the crowd and I saw my mother and my father. My mom knew immediately that I wasn't happy, but she signaled me from the crowd to keep smiling. She was my strength. And that strength gave me the ability to keep smiling through that night. That made me realize the simplicity with which my parents had grown up, and that is the value that they had taught me. So keep it simple and keep it real. It's very easy to connect with people when you're open to knowing them, and they would want to know you even better. There's another very strong experience that changed my viewpoint about the way I look at people. My mother and I were walking out from Subway. My mother was holding a can of Coca-Cola with her. And a little boy wearing black shorts, looked very dirty, might have not showered in days, came up to me and he said that he wants money. I ignored him. He went up to my mother and he said that he's hungry, that he wants some money. So my mom just handed over the can of Coca-Cola. He said, "Auntie, I need something to eat. Kuch khane ke liye de do." Usually what kids do is if we buy them a packet of biscuits, they just return it back to the store and get the money. So my mom went to the pawn shop nearby, bought him a packet of Parle-G, opened it and gave it to him. The little boy sat down right on the footpath, dunked the Parle-G in the Coca-Cola, ate it, and the gleam he had in his eyes, I still remember. And that completely broke me, because I realized how genuinely hungry he was, and how privileged I was to be able to eat whatever I want, whenever I want. From that day onwards, I used to always carry a packet of biscuits or chocolates with me in the car and give it to the kids. And I've seen some of the most genuine smiles on their faces. It takes a lot to actually get out of your comfort zone and do something absolutely new. Because once you get into the whole cycle of doing something, you're very happy in that whole process. But I was never brought up to just settle. I was always told to do what I feel like, and that gave me the opportunity to experiment and explore. So after a decade of being in the fashion industry, when I realized that I was not happy anymore, I decided to leave everything and move to New York and study food, which has been my passion since childhood. And there I learned the amount of wastage that happens in the hotel industry. The amount of food that we waste in our homes. It was appalling. Because we have so much food in excess, there are different parts in the world where people die of hunger. So my work is towards bridging that gap. And we all can be part of it if we make sure and make conscious decision about the food we eat. Go back to our roots and understand the food that our grandparents ate. Why they ate it, why they ate food according to the seasons. It is going to make a great impact in the future of this world. And having said that, I want to say that you young minds are the present of this country. You are the future of this world. If we want to see a change in our life, in the world outside, we have to bring that change within ourselves. So the change has to start from you. University degrees, yes, can earn you a good job, give you a good salary, but it cannot earn you something that's priceless and very uncommon, and that's common sense. I see a lot of people who are educated illiterates. They'll have a lot of degrees, but they will roll down their windows, throw out the garbage from their cars. They will have pan and they just spit on the roads. A country like India, which has everything, from snow-clad mountains to rainforests to the desert, to everything you can think of in the world, we have it in our country. And if we consciously make a decision to make people aware of that in the world, they will have more respect and they will look at us in a different light. I'm extremely grateful to be here today and to be able to share the things that I've learned in my short span of life. And we really can make a difference if we choose to. There is a poem by Dr. Seuss where he says, "You have brains in your head, feet in your shoes. You can steer your life in whatever direction you choose. You're on your own, you know what you know, and it is you who decides where to go." On that note, thank you very much and namaste.